Hey everybody. In this video, I want to build my focus around one question. Is there historical precedent for expecting that people can build and maintain a society in which poverty is minimal and there is a healthy middle class? The way I see it, there are two major philosophies that speak to how to put money in the hands of the people. One, the liberal philosophy, says to use the government to redistribute wealth when possible. The other, the libertarian philosophy, says to level the playing field and give the people a chance to earn money themselves. The main problem I have with the liberal option is that it relies on voters to vote in politicians who will actually help them. Now, does this happen reliably often? Where are the Democrats now to raise minimum wage or pass national legislation that would ban right-to-work legislation? It seems like we would need to put more pressure on our politicians or become more involved in finding better ones if we wanted the liberal option to work. Now let's talk about the libertarian option. The main problem with the libertarian option is also a potential lack of participation. For the libertarian option to work, there would have to be a culture of entrepreneurialism, and there would probably have to be a large number of people willing to follow a business model like that of Whole Foods, in which the worker is paid a good wage, and the economy is kept going in that way, right? I mean, if you put money into the hands of the people, then they spend it in the economy keeps going, and businessmen can get rich if they want to in an economy that is working well. And this is just an idea that was put forward by Henry Ford. And by the way, in a libertarian society, people can use unions to help them get a living wage or get fair pay or whatever. There are some libertarians who believe that unions are acceptable because libertarians believe in freedom, and that freedom includes the freedom to associate with whomever you wish. So people can form unions in a libertarian society, and so libertarians are not against unions. So I tend to favor the libertarian option because at least you don't have to wait for a majority before you can start to make a difference. Anyone can just start up a business. Also, for the libertarian option to work, not everyone has to believe in it. We can just have a few benevolent entrepreneurs that help a lot of people. I still have to wonder, though, why hasn't there been a sustainably equitable society where the income gap isn't widening? And when I say that, I'm thinking of developed nations, because in most developed nations, the income gap is widening. Okay, and I'm not really sure about the developing nations, but even if in the developing nations, the income gap is narrowing, eventually the developing nations are going to get to the point where we're at now, and they're going to start facing the same problems. Okay, so why aren't people voting for real change? Is it because they aren't engaged enough to know where to look for it and pick the right candidates? Is it inherent in most people not to care? Why aren't why aren't more entrepreneurs starting businesses that actually help communities instead of destroying them? Is it inherent in most people not to care about that or about anything? So if voting or ethical libertarianism are really feasible solutions, and there are options, and they are options that are available now, why aren't more people taking advantage of them? The fact that there isn't change already makes me think that maybe there is never going to be. Okay, That's kind of my worry right now. But I want to know what you all think about that. So tweet me at Michael Strejan or send an email to michaelstrejan@gmail.com. Thank you for watching. See you later.